Here's a video that really blew me the flip away. This episode is all about the classics, okay? We talked about the pranksters. We're getting back, and I hate saying this word, but for lack of better, you know what? I'm not going to say social justice word. Let's say hard left. Hard left shenanigans.
Stop saying marijuana.
So this guy's thesis, is that the word marijuana is racist, okay? Now listen to him argue this case.
Stop saying marijuana. Why? Because it's racist as.
Wow. That is a pretty strong statement. It's racist as flip.
You know your argument's strong when you start off your argument by saying, stop saying a word. Don't say it anymore. You're not even arguing that it's bad, but from the beginning, you're just saying you shouldn't say it.
That's really the problem with the hard left. They're always starting every argument with that.
Don't say that.
Stop saying things that make me uncomfortable. And in this case, he stretches the limit of being able to complain about someone using a word to the outer reaches of the solar system.
I just feel like you lose literally 99% of people when they hear this stuff. It sounds insane.
I think it is insane.
I mean, it is, but my point is, I don't know who they're trying to get.
Who they're appealing? Yeah, I don't know.
To.
Like, I feel like...
Let me put it like this. If you show this video to every person in America, I literally don't think one person would stop saying marijuana because of this.
That's exactly. Nobody's being converted here. In fact, probably hating them more.
I feel like people would be more inclined to say it if they knew it pissed this guy off.
Yeah.
Let's play the video so we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, people of color and their devilish ways. Now, the word itself
can hear
is
Zach giggling back
racist,
there.
but it was used by American prohibitionists to exploit racism and xenophobia. So by using the M word, you're ignoring a long history of oppression against Mexican
You want to
immigrants.
talk about that for a second? The M word.
So
yeah, you want to go back a little bit.
So when you use the M word, you are ignoring the history of oppression. It's like when you say marijuana, you are choosing to ignore all the oppression of every Mexican that's ever come to America.
And by the way, the elephant in the room here is you're gonna put the word marijuana on the same level as a fucking word that has to do with like hundreds of years of slavery, like Jim Crow, and like
the M
cops
word.
fire hosing black guys down the street and chasing with dogs.
Freaking like groups of white shrouded men literally hanging people for nothing else than that because
lighting
of
torches is just as yeah.
Oh, Shredder's in here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey, Shreds. So yeah,
that's just a shocking comparison.
Exactly. It's with them. It's just a world of extremes. It's like here's another. This is a that word. It's just as bad.
Well,
it's the M word now.
There's no spectrum. Everything's as bad as the next thing. You can't have one bad thing be worse than another bad thing. Everything's as bad as everything else.
The M word. The first thing I thought when I watched this was like, on our limited time on this planet Earth, our finite existence, we don't have a lot of time on this planet. You're choosing to get enraged and bothered over this, the M word. There's no implication. There's hardly any explanation for it. You're not converting anyone. Like, you are literally just in the Olympics of outrage. That's what you're competing in. The Olympics of the outrage. You're going for the gold medal. Our time on this planet is limited. Do not start getting disturbed by the M word, for Christ's sake. And as you pointed out, Zach, you have real words that you shouldn't say, like the N word is a really offensive word. Let's not say that. Let's not dilute it. And I know this guy, he probably holds that in the highest level of offensiveness, right? Let's not dilute the power of that word by making a whole alphabet list of, the M word, the S word, the P word, the L word.
Well, and by the way, when you try to make that word, we try to make the word marijuana as bad as that word. You're giving it power. That word has zero power right now. Where you're trying to make a new horrible word. You're trying to give something power that doesn't have power right now.
Nobody ever in the whole continental United States thinks about marijuana as having any racial implication at all.
Except for this jerk off. You know what? And the last thing I'll say is, if you make this word as bad as any other like horrible swear word, you know the only people who are going to use this are going to be fucking actual racists who are trying to piss you off. If you make it as bad as that word, right?
Right.
If you actually do, if these guys were successful in elevating this word, then the only people who would use it would be racist versus just now where everybody says it and it has no connotation.
They're just giving them more weaponry.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's basically like saying, you know what else would offend me if you would use it?
Can you please never say this thing that you didn't know ever offended me? Can you please not say this?
You've basically made it a sport to offend us. And you know what would really offend me that you don't know about yet because it's not offensive? The M word.
You know my biggest fear?
It's like the
is the word
prankster
marijuana.
saying, like, this video offended you, so
You should check out my
other ones.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Check out my other naughty words.
Please,
Here's a list of everything that triggers me.
I will weep if you say this word.
I think that it really just shows how unthought out and how unthoughtful and unintellectual this actually is. They're trying so hard to be intellectual and historical, but really it's really just so stupid. I mean, it's really just dumb. Let's watch.
African Americans. Let's go on a quick history lesson, shall we?
Let's go on a quick history lesson, shall we?
Ugh. What? Okay.
Do you know anything about history?
Can you go back really quick? Why do all these fucking publications do that thing where they show the camera from like the side of this guy people's faces? It's so weird.
That's
like
true.
Vox and all
I
these
don't
guys.
get it.
It's
Hey
true.
guys, explain why marijuana is literally worse than 9/11.
Okay, pull to the side cam.
Yeah, please show the side of my face where I'm not looking at the camera.
It's like they know they're just in a basement in front of a green screen that was turned into a gray grading. Actually, it's probably a gray wall. They're like, we have one gray wall in our basement that we shoot all of our videos on. Let's add a second camera. We don't even have a second camera. Let's just shimmy this one to the left a little bit so that it looks like we have a higher production.
Pause, move it 10 feet to the left. All right, go.
Okay, more credibility given. Okay, slide it back.
It's true. They all have the same style. It's very
Because it's probably being made by the same people.
Yeah, it's like It's like two guys doing all 5,000 of these videos a day.
It's probably some frickin'... It's probably just some genius producer who doesn't care at all about social justice. He's just found like a top dollar market. They love the 2-cam little shimmy to the side.
Music,
shall we?
Yeah.
Weed has been...
Shall we?
Why do you have to be so, like...
Shall we?
Looking down at us stupid people?
Let me tell you fucking worms.
I just read this on Wikipedia, so let's take a history lesson, shall we?
I was on Wikipedia for 5 minutes last night at 2 a.m. Let me tell you fucking insects a little something about history. Fucking peons.
Consumed by the American elite since the 1840s. It was even sold over the counter as medication to treat insomnia, migraines, and rheumatism. But it didn't become controversial until the early 1900s, when millions of Mexicans migrated to the U.S. following the Mexican Revolution. With them, they brought marijuana, and they're accustomed to smoking it casually and regularly. But the term was then popularized in the 1930s.
That sounds like a bunch of hooligans to me.
Bunch of ne'er-do-wells. I think I'm starting to agree with these guys he's talking about. Wait a minute.
No, man. You just bringing up, you just coming over smoking weed in 1930s?
Well, hold on.
I mean, I don't know.
By this man. Harry Anslinger was the director of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics from 1930 to 1962. Now, Anslinger believed that marijuana influenced black and brown people to commit murder and other violent crimes.
Is that not true?
Cut this whole part out. We're fucked. We're so fucked right now. That's the worst you've ever said in this podcast.
Which is ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Okay.
You know, I was really under the impression that Mexicans and black people would smoke weed and like decapitate white guys whenever there's a full moon. But I guess it's ridiculous. I'm so sorry for thinking that.
Let's cut to Harold and Kumar.
All I see people do when they smoke is sit on their couch, watch TV,
shut up.
eat munchies, and fall asleep. So it's
Nice jokes.
No one's ever made that
Has
observation
anybody
before.
ever heard of the tropes of people eating and falling asleep when they smoke weed? White devil.
Hey guys, did you know that when you smoke weed, you get sleepy and hungry? And you don't decapitate white people in the streets
Now
with machetes?
this!
Now this is funny.
White devil.
Do the devil horns on your hands when you say that, Ethan. Like rock out.
No, I don't want this to be used against me in the court of law.
We have video 5B, Ethan Klein.
Man, I'm so sleepy. I feel like I just smoked a joint.
Oh, well, you know. Anyone have a bag of munchies?
Oh, I'm so hungry right now. Good thing I have this pizza.
You are literally fucking blazed right now, dude.
I'm so blazed.
Guys, please hit that like button if you love getting high and eating food afterwards.
Don't call it marijuana, though. Oh, sorry. I mean the M word.
Don't call it marijuana. Guys, don't drink marijuana juice and fucking eat food afterwards.
Please call it the M word. Hey, bro, can I get some M word?
Dude, relax, man. I got it right here. Just fucking chill with that stuff, dude.
Bro, let's roll an M word. Let's roll a... How are you altering our language, you loser?
Hey, don't say
Can
that.
you say the L word, please?
You L word. Like that, but that's what they're transforming. Like we're losing the ability to actually communicate. Like in 1984, this is what Jordan Peterson, he's so afraid of the far left because they're taking away our use of words. They're trying to control how we talk.
Well,
In 1984, they're editing the language and removing all the expression out of it and boiling it down to as little words as possible. And that's what they're trying to do in a way. We don't have any words left. It's all just going to be L word, M word.
Well, and by the way, I know it's been made. The point's been made before, but a lot of almost every word we use today to describe things casually, like idiot and moron and stupid and lazy, those were all medical terms at one point. Like imbecile, moron, I think an idiot were all literal IQ brackets in like the 30s and 40s.
Zach,
Yeah.
you may have just said the most offensive thing I've ever heard in my life.
You fucking stupid idiot, lazy marijuana.
All of those words you just
What
said will get
happens
us.
when moron becomes an M word? Then you have two M words.
My point is, it was at one
Right.
point. That'd be like the word.
M1, M2.
Yeah.
You M2 word.
Someone's gonna faint in 50 years if you say that to them. They're gonna get dizzy.
Someone's going to watch this podcast in the public record of like 50 years and look back like we were Nazis or something.
The judge is gonna slam his gavel down and say, "Order!"
Solution was to launch a vicious propaganda campaign against marijuana.
It's kind of quiet in here. I don't
and
know if it's quiet on
associate it
the
with all
actual feed.
inferior races and social deviants.
Give you a little more juice.
Anslinger traveled across the country to convince people that marijuana was something that was invading the U.S. He even pronounced the drug as marijuana to make it sound Hispanic and
So that's he's saying it was racist to call it marijuana because he was trying to implicate Mexicans, but nobody refers to it as marijuana. Everybody calls it marijuana. That's the English word. Marijuana is Spanish. That guy may have been a racist shitbag trying to, criminalize Mexicans, but nobody says that. Everyone says marijuana.
Well, by the way,
look in the dictionary. It's there. It's an English word.
It's
You
not-
could just make like a history piece about it, and just like for your information, this is where it came from.
Right.
That's interesting.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
why do you have to make it this whole thing about you
But
can't
the-
say this word?
Right. Because it's fucking racist. That's how he opened with.
Racist as fuck.
Oh yeah,
Racist
racist
as
as fuck.
fuck.
Yeah.
Bleep.
It's like, bro, really? Is it really? Oh yeah, I forgot to point out. He goes, there's a great moment in the beginning. He goes,
stop saying marijuana. Why? Because it's racist as
okay,
The
and
term
then he
was
goes
used
on to
to
say,
knock on people of color and their devilish ways. Now, the
the
word
word isn't
itself
inherently racist. Okay, wrap it up. Everyone go home. It's racist as fuck. Now, the word isn't inherently racist.
This word is fucking racist. Well, it's not racist. Let me
It's not
continue.
exactly racist.
Well, I'm completely nullifying my own video after 15 seconds. Let me continue.
Such a genius, man. These guys are incredible. He really should be a lawyer, too.
I always-
Between him and Itzaria, they're going to be a very compelling argument. They're going to hold court in any case.
propaganda campaign against marijuana and associate it with all inferior races and social deviants. Anslinger traveled across the country to convince people that marijuana was successfully, which made the drug illegal at a federal level. That seems to help people with several argue that marijuana lost its prejudice bite years ago, but you can't ignore the racial implications of its introduction to the American lexicon. Besides, nothing has changed. This whole conversation
What?
is actually very deja vu. We're still trying to fight the negative stigma.
Is
that
he
clings
fucking?
onto
Is
a
he high? What
trend.
is he talking about?
Yeah, that I don't understand why he
Meryl,
starts.
nothing's changed since the 30s. Are you fucking bonkers, dude? It's legal in like it's
Yeah.
what 5 states now.
People
Like 65% of the U.S. was it legalized. What the fuck is he talking
like
about?
20 years ago, there was actually a paid-for commercial on television. Like people would disown their kids for smoking weed 20 years ago. I learned it from you, Dad.